This is World Comics Review, and I was drawing some comics and listening to the Shadowcast, which is brilliant by the way, when I got this. So, as I said in a previous unused segment, I knew that I had the Lost Pages coming pretty soon, so let's quickly, got to go to work soon actually, let's quickly do a Lost Pages unbagging, and hopefully this will actually focus. Right, this is so strange, it's like a smaller window I'm looking through. Okay, let's do a... Right, get the tape off, get the tape completely off, stick it up there somewhere. Yes, tuck my head out soon. Right. Okay, Lost Pages. I was just watching a live stream about this earlier today from someone in the USA who had just received their copy. So I thought it'd be weeks and weeks before it made it to Japan, but here it is. Right, so what have we got? We've got the Lost Pages itself. Apparently don't show the last page because it's a spoiler, so let's be careful. This is the team in the office. This is the silhouette, who they said is like a kind of modern shadow. I'm just watching the Shadowcast as well. Right, someone else. A guy on a pirate ship. This is the strong woman with the imaginary friend who's like the Hulk superpower. Comes back, blah blah blah. Is that this one? Masquerade, like also kind of like the Shadow, but he uses swords instead and lives in the 1930s, I think. Right, anyway, that's the main book. So we have the backup extra stories book. Let's get this other stuff out of the way. Right, backup extra stories book. Lots of short stories, some of the characters in the main story and others of different characters who weren't in the main story but will be in future episodes. This is like all the origin stories or just little introduction stories about them. So yeah, the backup book of the Lost Pages. What's this? This is, oh yeah, it's like cardboard make your own Funko Pop of the silhouette. Just completely black. Okay, that's a postcard of the cover design. Oh no, not the cover design, a different cover design. Maybe that was a variant, I can't remember, it's been so long. So got some trading cards. Trading cards of the characters. I want to get a proper trading card album one day. I don't really collect them, but just something to keep these Comicsgate ones in. The pianist. Oh, these are all the backup characters. Drift Legend, Matt Black, Masquerade is one of the main characters. Whoops, one fell out. This one. You can't see through the phone screen. Right, okay, yeah, trading cards. Oops, put them back in a minute. Masquerade mask. Okay, get your family to help you cut this out. Right, and bookmark. So yeah, that's the Lost Pages loot. Everything back on the table. Right, 2 comics, cutout thing, mask, postcard, trading cards, and bookmark. Not bad for whatever it cost. It's been so long I can't remember. No sticker though. Oh well, never mind. Let's read it and come back with a review. Okay, I'm back, and it's about a week after that intro. So yeah, I finally had a chance to read this, and long and short of it is, it's brilliant. So yeah, they've basically set up an entire new superhero universe all in one book. Well, technically 2 books, but this is kind of like a bonus. So let's go into the main book first. I actually read them in the other order. I read the backup book first because it's just kind of introduction stories. But anyway, this is the Diaz brothers themselves. So yeah, this is the silhouette. This is basically kind of like if the Shadow was created nowadays, but also by way of Rorschach out of Watchmen. So yeah, it's kind of a powered, dark vigilante guy who yeah, he definitely doesn't have a Batman style no kill rule, just like the Shadow. Okay, next one is so after this story we get into the kind of the framing story for the rest of the book is this old guy, old homeless man, has the Lost Pages itself, and he's reading out the stories to other people around the burning barrel that you see in American movies that the homeless people used to keep warm. In the UK you only have burning barrels when people are on strike, and it's the black flag logo. So yeah, the first other character is Wildcard, and this is great art, but this was just kind of confusing to me, to be honest. So the sirens are luring his ship in, and then they turn into demons and summon like zombies and skeletons, and he fights them. They win the fight anyway, and he ends up floating away. He survives the fight even though the sirens destroy the ship. Next one is Crimstone. This is kind of an interesting one. So this girl was always getting bullied, but she had this imaginary friend who's like a demon, or like not a demon but like a monster that's really strong, and she becomes depressed, alcoholic and so on, then becomes a bodybuilder, and as she defeats her inner demons, her imaginary friend, this monster, is inside her head fighting the inner demons inside her brain, and then comes out again, and she still can't only she can see him, even no one else can, but he fights people for her, but seems to like possess her to make her super strong and able to fight people. So yeah, she goes to this cage fighting club and completely takes this guy apart. Next is The Masquerade. It's a retro comic style cover. So yeah, this is the second character from the Lost Pages to be based on the Shadow, because the Shadow is amazing, so why not rip him off twice. But yeah, this guy as Razorfist was saying quite recently, the Shadow speaks in purple prose, and the Masquerade takes it one step further and actually speaks entirely in rhyme, and he uses swords instead of guns. So he's set in the 30s. He's fighting some gangsters who are running a factory. I forgot the story now. Yeah, some gangsters have a factory, I guess some money laundering or something. So he goes there to fight them. And I can't say any more about the Masquerade because it will spoil the twist ending of the book, which is pretty cool. So yeah, like I said, they've kind of set up an entire superhero universe. Each character is connected, so either historical ones and the modern ones are all connected by the same kind of the same power that manifests itself in different ways, and all of the what was once a whole is now split into parts that are spread around different people to give them power, and when the parts are united again, it will cause the end of the world, or will it? So that's the Lost Pages, and this is the Myths of the Lost Pages. So it's this was the backup bonus book, which every stretch goal they met added another story to this book, so it's actually pretty much the same size as the main book now, so really you get 2 books for the price of 1.5. So yes, it's kind of extra stories of Lost Pages characters. So here's another silhouette one, another Wildcard one set in ancient Egypt, another Crimstone one set in a biker bar. This is actually after the this is a sequel to the previous Crimstone story in the main strip. This is a sequel to that. And then some other characters who aren't in the main story yet, but I guess they're also possessed by the power that... So this is the People, who is like a if Captain America was a vigilante, I guess, but or like some of them real life superheroes they have in America, like just MMA fighter guys who have like hit the gym and got themselves jacked and now are pretending to be superheroes and fighting people. He's kind of like that kind of character. The Pianist, this is another kind of a powered vigilante who like stealth kills people, taking out a mobster. Vane, this is another one that kind of confused me. So he seems to just come from hell and have the powers of Satan. So perhaps he didn't get his powers from the thing that gives most of the other characters powers. He's just his power comes from being a demon from hell. So it's kind of like the Lost Pages' version of Hellboy, only he didn't shave his horns off. Yeah, this one was just kind of confusing, but it's only a introductory story. This one's a Drift Legend, a guy who can it's inspired by manga. It's even got this kind of fake Japanese, or it's real Japanese. It's just kind of using Japanese sound effects, but kind of weirdly. And yeah, he's like a speedster kind of hero, but he's not super fast. But his brain can process physics and trigonometry and stuff like that really fast, so he can like see how someone's leaning and that, and hit them in just the right place to make them fall over. Matt Black was going to be the I think the Diaz brothers who created this. They did like a self-published comic about the Silhouette back in the day, and Matt Black was the Silhouette's sidekick, but they've kind of changed it now. Well, this is just Matt Black's origin story. So instead of being a shadow herself, she's got this black goo that can form weapons and cover her as armour and stuff like that. And an extremely 90s friend is finds out she's got powers. The goo protects her from being shot at point blank range. Another masquerade story, speaking in rhyme again. So yeah, this is a 1930s Chicago. This is another theatrical kind of showy villain, and they end up fighting each other on the stage, but it's a real fight, not acting. And oh yeah, this is their other comic, Magic Cop. I think they also did that as self-published before, and now crowdfunding it Comicsgate style. So yep, this is the Lost Pages, which is still in demand and highly recommended. It's kind of like if Comicsgate kind of coalesces more into its own superhero universe, this is could kind of become part of the core of Comicsgate alongside Jawbreakers and Cyberfrog, who are already kind of having occasional fun crossovers. So yeah, as Comicsgate's obviously about every person's independent, we all still help each other out, so there can be fun crossovers in the future, and I'm sure the Lost Pages characters will heavily contribute to those crossovers.